G'day guys, today I'm going to be testing a couple of different inflation tools. I'll do some testing between airing down in like a real world environment, so from 15 psi up, inflating up to around 35 psi. First test will be the normal way, using a normal inflation tool with the valve in as per everybody else normally does it. The second way will be with this Milton tool, which we sell on our website. It removes the valve, but it's designed to clip onto your normal inflation tool. So it's a temporary solution. You can use it or not use it without having to get out tools, swap ends over. The third test I'm going to do is with the new Airtech one that we now have our hands on. Actually remove the chuck from this fitting here, and I will screw the Airtech tool straight to the inflating tool. From what we can feel so far, it's a lot less restriction in the Airtech versus the Milton, but as mentioned, it's more of a permanent solution. So once you've got that fitted to your inflator, it's something you would leave there and you would use all the time. So yeah, you can also use this to air down. Yeah. So I'm going to use this to air down. I'll use the Milton tool because that's what I've already fitted. Alright, so we've aired down to 15. Just put the valve back in. We'll do the first test with just a normal inflation, the way you would normally inflate the tyre. Start a bit of a timer. I'll just let a little bit more air out. Okay, 15 on the dot. Alright, so we'll start now. So 47 seconds to get to just over 35.9 psi. Rightio, so we'll air down again to 15. Rightio, so there we are, we aired back down to 15. We'll try it now, a little bit more. Start the timer again. Right, so we've already got the Milton tool connected this time around, so no need to change anything. We'll start now. That's it, we're already done. 21.6 seconds to 35 psi. So yeah, that was a lot quicker. Just screenshot that one. We'll leave that valve out, we'll air down again. So we're about half a psi short that time. So why don't I grab a couple of spanners? I'll put the Airtech fitting on to the end of our inflator, and we'll just do a little we'll do a deflation. Just see if we can see any deflate any quicker. I'm just removing the chuck from the end of our inflator. The Airtech does come with a barbed fitting, and it does also come with a hose clamp to if you wanted to cut your line and fit it in line. I'll be unscrewing this fitting. I won't use this because it's got the right size thread on it to screw straight to my inflator. It's actually the first time I've used this, so I haven't connected it to anything yet. So we'll jump back into timer. A little bit more air out here. Let's see. Rightio, we'll go. Last test with the Milton was, I believe, just over 20 seconds. We're up over 47 with the valve still in. We'll see what this does. We're already there. 14 seconds, just shy of 15 seconds, 14.4 seconds to go from 15 to 35. Yeah, I don't know, that's pretty insane, to be honest. It's going to take longer to connect this and quickly unscrew your valve than what it is to inflate the tyre. Yeah, providing you've got the compressor behind it to support it, that's pretty crazy. I'm keen to do a test now with the tyre completely deflated, just to see what happens. Yeah, look, that just aired that tyre down to completely flat. It's not reading anything on my gauge. Probably don't want to go too much flatter just in case it decides it wants to come off the bead, but the gauge is currently reading 0.0. Yeah. Now from 0, we'll go from 0 to 35, see what that does. 35 seconds, under 35 seconds, with me checking the gauge a couple of times, just because I wasn't exactly sure how quick it was going to go, so I'd be calling that around 30 seconds from 0 to 35 psi with a 33-inch tyre. Yeah, pretty impressive. With the valve in, I couldn't even go from 15 to 35 in that length of time. Admittedly, I've got a decent compressor, 15 litre air tank, so still quite an impressive figure. I will note with the Airtech, you do need to, it doesn't have anything internally to push the valve, so if you clip it on without removing the valve, it won't do anything. It won't air up. The Milton is going to be the same. It won't push the valve in unless it won't work unless you remove the valve. So the advantage of using the Milton is that you can clip it on and off and use it as you please, but you can still continue to use your existing chuck on your air tool, because the Milton has the fitting here that your air chuck connects to. So you can pump up your tyre using your normal tool, or you can use the Milton valve removal tool, whereas with the Airtech, you really don't want to go screwing and unscrewing that all the time, so you would leave that on there, and every time you air up a tyre you would need to do the valve removal. But yeah, that's quite mind-blowing. The speed at which that's inflating tyres is absolutely crazy.